It's Dan and we're live. So hey, welcome. Corona day 3 in lockdown, a little bit weird. Just something I wanted to cover with you first off, and then I'll give you an update. So it's all sorts of stuff going on. So the first bit was a concept called Pascal's Wager, and it's to do with the existence of God and whether you believe in it or not, and whether you're going to heaven or not. Okay, and it's exactly the same for Pascal's Wager. And I just wanted to cover it with you. The UK is going to go into lockdown probably by the end of this week or next week. That's my belief. Firmly believe that that's what's going to happen. It's happening everywhere else, and I think it's going to happen everywhere in the UK as well. And I know some people still doing meetings and networking events and still meeting up with people, and I think that's absolutely crazy, but that's up to them. What can I say? But Pascal's Wager for coronavirus, I thought you'd quite like this, so I thought I'd do it. So if you believe, so we've got belief up here, and then actual exists on this side. So if you believe coronavirus is bad, and it is bad, then you're going to get it and everyone's going to die and the world ends, okay? If you believe that coronavirus isn't bad, but the reality is that it is bad, then that's not good. If you have a belief that it doesn't exist and it doesn't exist, and the reality is it's all going to be fine, then we're okay there as well. And if you have a belief that it doesn't exist and, where am I? I've confused it all, but you know what I mean. On this one, we're really struggling with this concept that if the virus is actually going to be a problem and you don't believe it's going to be a problem, but it is a problem, you're in trouble. If it is going to be a problem and it actually is a problem and you believe that it's going to be a problem, then it's going to be a problem. But if it's not going to be a problem, so if your belief is it's not going to be a problem and it's not a problem, then it's not a problem. Now that sounds very confusing, but it's Pascal's Wager. Go check that out online. I've probably not described that in the best way, have I? Anyway, let's crack on. So Pascal's Wager. If it's going to be fine, it's going to be fine. We don't have to worry. But if it's not going to be fine, we're in trouble. Okay, so you need to prepare for it. The second one was we had some people in Benidorm noticed Brits, needless to say, Brexit supporters, no doubt, and they were out in the streets drinking, and the police are trying to herd them up. This is yesterday. We're in lockdown. The fines are between €500 and €60,000 if you're caught out on the streets without a reasonable excuse. It sounds like the government has stepped in. The government has stepped in. But it's like acting as though nothing's changed. It's crazy. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you put other people in danger? Stay in your bloody houses if you're in Spain, for crying out loud. Number 3, it's raining today, which is not good, because from a mental health point of view, we're locked into the house and you really start to feel it, you know? So today it's raining. Obviously, if we lived in the UK, it would be raining even in summer anyway. But we were hoping that at least for the next couple of days it would be sunny. We get to enjoy the sun a little bit more and being outside and that kind of thing. But that's kind of difficult as it's raining. There's not a lot for us to do here. So we've got to stay inside, watch films, do a bit of work and so on. Number 4, the pool. So I've got a pool. I've got a lockdown challenge. I'll take a video or a picture and I'll upload that into the mastermind group probably. So my swimming pool, we're very lucky to have a swimming pool here. I keep forgetting that that's not normal. The swimming pool was dark green as of yesterday morning, and we chucked a whole bunch of chemicals in there. And it's now a funny shade of turquoisey blue. So it's kind of getting there, still very cloudy. It needs a good clean, it needs suctioning up. But this is my little lockdown challenge for the next, another 12 days. This is day 3. We're on a 15-day lockdown. We've got another 12 days of doing this. So what else are you going to do other than clean your bloody pool? The pool man normally comes round, but he's not allowed, and it's not April yet. And so I'm like, okay, I might as well do it myself. But we are running out cleaning pool fluid. Number 5, we got people on the balcony still. That's really nice. So what happens is, it was 8 o'clock last night. People come out onto the balconies, and our nearest house or apartment that's got people in it is like 200 meters. I mean, it's quite far away from us, which we like, by the way. These local houses haven't got anybody in at all because they're summer houses. You know, wealthy people come at summer and they live in summer here, and then they go back to their normal house in winter. So we're good that there's nobody around us. Like literally, you know, I can shout and scream as much as I want, turn up the music, no one's listening, apart from the wife, of course, and I get into trouble. But there's nobody nearby. And so that's both good and bad. So it's bad. It's good rather there's no one nearby, we're not going to catch it. It's bad that the sense of isolation is real. I mean, it's you really feel isolated, and it's like being in a film, and it's really hard to describe because you think, well, I work from home, that's it. It's going to be easy, and it's really not. So, and bear in mind, we've got outside space, and normally it's sunny, so that makes life a lot easier. Imagine if you're in a little 2-bed apartment, or if you're at home in the UK. And I was going through some of the various houses I own that I rent out, and thinking how a tenant's going to cope being stuck inside the house. And some of those houses got no outside space. And here in Spain, we have fences round. If a zombie outbreak happened, for example, in Spain, we'd be fine because they can't get in because everything's really well secured. There's big fences everywhere, and the same with us. But in the UK, we have quite open front gardens and so on, and you can't really use that, especially if there's a lockdown. Imagine everyone being in the front garden. That's not a lockdown, is it? So a lot of people haven't got a lot of space in the back, and also it's freezing cold and it's wet anyway. So it's really nice. It was 8 o'clock last night, and I think we brought it earlier so that some of the children can come up so they don't feel as isolated as well. And there's people on the balconies shouting and whistling and clapping, and it's nice because you kind of realise there's other humans nearby. Literally yesterday I saw 4 people and they were just walking up and down the street, and I think we had a total of 4 or 5 cars maximum. We've had more than that this morning because it's Monday and they're people going to work. And when I say they're people going to work, they're bin men. We saw 2 bin men this morning. They are ambulance staff. They are shop workers who work in not restaurants because they're shut, not bars they're shut, not cafes they're shut. They're people who work in supermarkets and that kind of thing. So we're not seeing a whole lot of people. So you really get this sense of isolation. And when the lockdown comes, which I think it will in the UK, you need to be aware of the type of isolation that you're going to have. Cabin fever, the 4 walls closing in on you. I spoke to someone last night who's in an apartment and they're really struggling with it. They're really sensing this kind of, this lack of human contact. And it's funny, isn't it? And, we see Tom Hanks in Castaway. And you're like, he's got no human contact. It's the isolation that kind of gets you. So you've just got to be aware of that and try and work through that. One of the things I need to work through is my explanation of Pascal's Wager, because that was dreadful, wasn't it? But there you go. Can't be ace at everything. Yeah, the last thing I was going to say about this, unless anything else pops up, or unless you've got any questions, of course, we can always take questions. The last thing I was going to say on this is the UK right now appears to be in a bit of a bubble. And when I say in a bit of a bubble, I mean in a lot of a bubble. I spoke to my mum and dad yesterday. I mean, my mum went to the gym last week. And I'm like, what are you doing? Well, I thought it'd be fine. Why? Why would you think that's fine? Well, our Prime Minister said we should go out. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Where is Boris? Boris, where are you? 3 days. Where are you? Do you remember, I saw this on Twitter, during the Falklands War, there was a man and he gave daily updates on what was going on. And we're going to talk about business in a second. These daily updates are absolutely vital. There's none of that from the UK. The UK government, we're in a time of crisis right now, and the UK government go, fuck it doesn't matter. Yeah, some people died, it's fine, we'll be all right. That's not good enough. It's really not good enough. When you think about your customers and your clients, they're feeling the same. They're feeling the same isolation anxiety. They're feeling alone. They're unsure of what to do. Do I go out? Do I go networking? Do I take the risk with this? Do I do something else? And the answer should be no, but you should be the one to lead that charge. Like you've got to be visible and you've got to be seen. Because people want to know what's going on and people want to know what other people are thinking, okay? Other than Twitter, which is like this goldfish bowl of crazy people and very one-sided arguments in 240 characters. Do you know what I mean? Where, like, I went live yesterday for 45 minutes. I was just sat, I can't do it today, but I sat down just down there in a little green area next to the pub. It's very nice. And we went live for about 45 minutes. People came on, and one chap in particular was 17, asking loads of questions about property sourcing. We do training on it. And it was really interesting getting other people's ideas and thoughts. And I knew and I could tell that they were appreciating the thoughts and ideas of somebody else that can just talk to camera. Now, and if you're watching this, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about here. And if you've got questions, then please ask them. Checking on Facebook if anything's coming through. But your job really is to be the guiding light for your clients and for your suppliers and for your family and for society, if you like, because no one else is doing it. No one else is going live. No one else is leading the way. The UK government stuck their head in the sand with no updates at all. I was just checking, by the way, Spanish numbers to see if the lockdown's working. And so I'm on worldofmeters.info, and it's a coronavirus numbers thing. Spain has got 7,988 cases. Apparently there were no new cases yesterday. So I don't know if that means isolation is working. I would expect there must be some extra new cases. I don't know how we're testing people. There must be some extra cases, but they're not cases like people being in bars and picking up coronavirus that way, or they're not being in public spaces, going down slides and licking it as they go down the slide. They're not picking it up that way. It's people who are living together. If someone's already got it in the family, they're going to get it, okay? And you could say, well, they shouldn't be there. They should be out. Where they're going to go? Bars? So I think the isolation is going to work, and I think it's absolutely the right thing. I noticed the UK has got 1,391 cases. That is absolute bollocks because they stopped counting. It's just, that's crazy. How can the government lie in such a way that they think it's totally acceptable to just ignore it, just to sweep it under the carpet and hope it goes away? It's crazy. I can't get my head round what's going on, and the media in the UK needs to take a position on this and go, guys, you need to stay the fuck at home. I noticed stay the fuck at home was trending, by the way, on Twitter, and I get a lot of my stuff from Twitter these days because I don't trust the daily newspapers whatsoever. They're paid for headlines, and that's it. So for you guys, you've got to start leading the way for your clients, for your team members. I've just come off a phone call where I've literally just had this conversation with a client. I'm like, guys, this is what you need to be doing. You need to be going live. You need to be creating content every day. If you've got a product that you can create quickly, an online product, you've got to create that and you've got to sell that product. So because in a week or so, you're going to have all these people at home not knowing what to do, worried about and panicking about their business. And the other thing that they need to do is keep their money paid to us so that we can keep helping them provide the content. And obviously, there's a knock-on effect all the way down, isn't there? So if we don't get paid, we can't pay our team. Our team is very light, by the way. We can get rid of our team very quickly. We don't have employment contracts and that kind of thing. They're scattered all around the world. We're built like that on purpose. That's the last thing that I want to do. If the money doesn't come in, we're going to find a way of paying our team to keep going somehow. But if it keeps getting worse, it has to stop. It's as simple as that. So my job is to be the beacon of light for our clients, so our clients can see what's supposed to happen. And for them, they should be the beacon for their clients. And they should be more visible than ever before. And not in a cockish kind of way. So I saw a video a couple of days ago. I was in Dubai and it's in a sales environment. It looked like Wolf of Wall Street. It was in Dubai and everyone's on the phone, stood up, all dressed to the nines, power hour, slick back hair. And you're like, oh, the 1980s, ew, corporate. It's power hour. And I'm like, dude, I can't believe you're putting your business above the health of your team. And it's like, oh, what you're supposed to do? Just stay at home. Ha 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 ha. And I was like, you're a dick. What a cock. Do you know what I mean? It's like a cock measuring competition. I was like, you're an idiot. When your team get ill and can't come into work, you're an idiot. Why are you doing that? Why would that team has elderly parents? They've got young kids. And you kids are like a spreader, like a magical spreader of disease with coronavirus. Like, why are you doing that with your team? You need to send these people home and do the right thing. And I think that's what we need to do as well. Anyway, hope that's useful. A little bit of an update for you. Nothing else. I think I've covered everything there. Just check. I'm going to go practice my Pascals Wager diagram because it was dreadful. I think we've covered everything. And that'll do it till today. We're on day 3. It's raining. It's crap. I'll take a picture of a pool at some point and upload that into the mastermind group so you can see the transition on a daily basis. We are going to go live a couple of times a day, I think, quite frankly. And we'll probably do an Ask Me Anything every day. And I think we might just get some people, bring some people on board. We'll do some interviews with people who are running businesses. and it'll be very business centric, about how to grow your business and how to work from home and tips on goals and all this kind of thing. We'll get some successful business owners on, and I think that's what we'll do, just to keep the love flowing. Hope you have a good day. Be sensible about what you're doing out there. Protect your team, protect your family as much as you can. Get stocked up. If you've not got enough for 15 days, get enough for 15 days. If it looks like stockpiling, I don't care. I honestly don't. Like, you should have done this a month ago. We did this 3 or 4 weeks ago, by the way. We knew what was coming, and that we haven't got a crystal ball, but we had a feeling that this is what was coming, and here we are. We're stocked to the nines. We've got enough stuff in. We can go for a whole month if needs be. Shops are open today, and we can go out if necessary, but I don't want to go into a shop. That's the last thing. The whole point of this is to, kill the coronavirus as much as possible. So take care of yourselves, take care of your team, and I'll catch up with you later on. Speak to you soon. Have a good day.